is, yeah, just turned 8, so we'll make a start. So I'm going to start in a seated position this evening, but I'd recommend for you to start where feels best for you. So I'm going to do a 60-minute practice this evening. It's 8 o'clock on a Sunday night, so it's the perfect time to really just kind of slow down the body, slow down the mind. So if it feels right for you, maybe starting in Shavasana. If it feels right for you, maybe starting with your legs bent, knees bent, legs bent, knees bent, and laying on your back. Otherwise, if you want to find a comfortable position, you can always get a cushion and just prop it under the back of your hips, just so that the pelvis is tilting forward. And yin is going to be really slow this evening. So just making sure that you start in a position that feels quite right. Taking any kind of wriggles that you need to before you come to stillness. And then we're going to start with the eyes closed this evening. So as we draw the weekend to a close, I want us to start the practice in complete stillness. So closing down the eyes, let the eyelids be heavy. Find a comfortable place for your hands. So if you're in seated position with me, your hands can come to your knees with your palms facing down. Or maybe if you lay on the ground, you might want to place your arms with the palms facing up, so the arms are nice and relaxed into the ground. Really make the eyelids be heavy, especially if you've got like a light or a candle or something. With the eyes, maybe I still want to focus and see what's going on in the room. Really relax the eyelids, relax the eyebrows. Before we do any pranayama or yoga poses, I'm going to give the body and the mind a chance to arrive on the mat. So this evening I'm practicing from my bed. So giving the mind and the body a chance just to arrive wherever you are in your space. Just imagining a circle or an outline just around your body. Just feeling rooted to the ground through that space. And make sure that that's exactly where your awareness is. So it's so easy to get carried away with what's happened, what's happening in other people's lives, what's happening in our lives. It's completely natural. We're just bringing our awareness to what's happening for you right now. So we've got 60 minutes this evening. We've got a really good sized class this evening as well. So there's a lot of positive energy that we're going to share in the practice. And I want you to just gently bring to your awareness why you're practicing this evening. People can do yoga for all different kind of reasons, but what's your reason? What do you get from the practice? What do you want to get from the practice? And this evening I'm going to work with the concept and the intention of letting go. So option to set yourself an intention, something that you maybe want to let go of, something negative. Or if maybe you're in quite a good place and you've not got many challenges at the moment, then you can work with the concept of letting go of any awareness of what's coming up and just being completely present in the moment. So when we start to move through the poses and the breath, it can be quite easy to get distracted, quite easy to get frustrated, even a little bit bored. That's completely normal. We're just always bringing the attention back to the breath. So on that note, let's start connecting back in with the breath. You're going to start to notice the inhale through your nose as you inhale for the count of 5. As you exhale for the count of 5, feel the chest full. Inhale deeply through the nose and really feel the belly rise for 5. Exhale, let the body soften. Inhale through the nose for 5. Exhale for 5. So breathe an equal breath, really extending the inhale in. And exhaling for the same amount of time, but just really letting the body be soft on the exhale. Inhale deeply. Exhale. So notice here how easy it is for your attention to get pulled away from the breath. And we're just going to practice keeping our attention on the breath. So if you're seated, making sure that you feel comfortable, drop your shoulders away from your ears. If you have any pain or discomfort in your back, maybe just practicing with your posture, maybe moving your arms or your hips just to make sure that you've got a comfortable spot. And then continuing to breathe in for the count of 5. Eyes closed. And exhale. Doing this at your own pace. Remembering it's your practice. Practicing together, but we're all listening to our own breath and our own pace. As you inhale in, feel the lungs expand. As you exhale out, really notice that space under the body, around the ground, the circle around you, the outline of the body on the ground. Really let the body be heavy into that space, being fully supported by the earth. The only thing you need to do is focus on the breath. Let the body follow the relaxation. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Keeping the intention that you've got in your awareness for the rest of the practice. And also maybe just adding in an extra intention to listen to the body. So really honouring the body and doing what feels best for you. Finding your edge between pain and ease. We don't want to feel as if we're in pain, yet we do want to get to that juicy spot of tension. Starting to make the breath a little bit quicker. We're going to start to exhale with the mouth. So you're going to take a deep inhale, still for 5 through the nose. This time, open mouth and sigh it out. Inhaling deeply. Taking all that fresh energy. Exhale and sigh it out. Noise is welcome. Inhaling deeply. Exhale out. 5 more of these at your own pace. So really deep inhale in. And then really deep exhale out, sigh it out. With each exhale, maybe bringing your awareness to what negative energy the body is holding that we need to get rid of. Acknowledging that it's completely normal for us to gather or kind of cling on to things that feel uneasy in the body. And the practice of yoga is just clearing away all that negative energy so we can come back to what's there underneath, fully balanced and restored version of ourselves. Taking one last deep inhale and exhale. And then if you're laying down, very gently rolling over onto your right side, pushing yourself up to a comfortable seated position, and then joining me in a comfortable cross-legged position if that's right. Or if that's not comfortable, you can lean against a wall if you need to, or maybe sit with your legs in front. We're just going to do a couple of poses to try and work through any tension in an upright posture before we come back to a completely restorative pose for the rest of the practice. So starting to just kind of work with any tension that the spine's holding. Find a comfortable position and place your palms on your knees so the palms are face down. Really spread the fingers and then really grab hold of the knees so the arms are nice and straight and nice and strong. Then I want you to start doing very small circles with the head. So almost so small that you can just about feel anything in your neck. And then making the circles a little bit bigger. Option to close the eyes if that feels comfortable. If you feel dizzy at all, then maybe just gently open the eyes. Remember to continue with the breath. Inhale, exhale. And then change direction with the neck. So really small movements, but we're just starting to really loosen up any blockages in the muscles of the neck. And then when you're ready, bring the head back to center. On the inhale, you're going to take a deep breath in and sit really tall. And on the exhale, you're going to melt your left ear towards your left shoulder. Hold in there. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. And on the exhale, see if you can take that left ear a little bit closer towards the left shoulder. So be cautious of any pain or discomfort this brings up on the right side. Use the breath to soften the body. And we're going to hold here for 5 deep breaths. So on the inhale, we've got a nice straight spine. On the exhale, that left ear is going to melt a little bit further. The space the body can create with the breath is amazing. You can literally go a little bit deeper with each exhale. So close down the eyes. And with each exhale, just see what space you can create in that right side of the neck. Really using the breath so we always feel nice and tall on the inhale. And then on the exhale, we always let the body go a little bit deeper into the pose. Taking 2 more deep breaths here and create a little bit more space in that right side of the neck. Nice stretch for the neck and the shoulders. And then after your next exhale, I want you to tuck your chin towards your chest. Let your head roll forward. Make sure that the body's not leaning forward. So we want a nice straight spine and shoulders are nice and heavy away from the ears. But just tuck the chin to the chest and just notice what this does in the back of the neck. Close the eyes down. Inhale deeply. Exhale, release. On the next inhale, gently roll the right ear to the right shoulder. So you might notice a difference on this side. And for me, it's very different on each side. But just be a bit curious about your own body. Close down the eyes. And again, with the inhale, bring your awareness to the long spine. And with the exhale, let that right ear go a little bit further towards the right shoulder. Finding that juicy spot of tension, never pain. Just see what space you can create if you sit with that tension and hold and breathe. So try not to wait for my cue to breathe. Try to keep a fluid breath in and out at a pace that suits yourself. We've got 3 more breaths on this side. See how much space you can create, how much tension you can melt away with the breath. Just notice if you're holding on to any tension on your shoulders. We've all heard the saying, got the weight of the world on your shoulders. The body really holds tension in the shoulders and the neck. So just see if you can release it and just let it go. 1 more deep breath in and out. And then when you're ready, we're going to tuck the chin back to the chest, first of all. And then when you're ready, very gently bring the head back up. Taking some shoulder rolls, you can take the shoulders up towards the ears and then roll them back down. So we're going to do this really slow. So we're going to inhale the shoulders up towards the ears. And then you're going to exhale, pinch the shoulder blades together, roll them down. Inhale up. Exhale down. See if you can let the arms be heavy. So if they fall either side, then just let that happen. And then move with the breath. Inhale up. Exhale round. So inhale up. Exhale, pinch them shoulder blades together. Really trying to get the fluid and all the muscles and the nerves and the shoulders really nice and relaxed. Taking nice, big, slow circles. And then the next time that your shoulders are up by your ears, I want you to pause there. Make sure the legs and the hips are nice and heavy, but just really squeeze them shoulders up towards the ears as much as you can. Continue to breathe in and out, but just hold the shoulders up. And then when you're ready, we're going to change direction. So the shoulders are going to come forward first of all. Then we're going to pinch the shoulder blades together, and then we're going to bring them up towards the ears. So exact same movement, but just different directions. Just notice what happens in your shoulders here. Shoulders back, up, forward, and round. Again, notice how easily we're distracted by anything that's happening in the room. Maybe thoughts in the mind. Just bring them back to the breath. Deep inhale in and out. If your arms are starting to ache or maybe your back's starting to ache, don't worry, coming down to the supported poses very soon. And then when your shoulders are next up by your ears, you're going to pause again there. So really scrunch your shoulders towards your ears. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, really drop your shoulders down. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, drop. Inhale up. Exhale, drop. Inhale up. Exhale, drop. Inhale up. Exhale, drop. Nice. Inhale the hands, sweep them over your side to prayer above your head. And then on the exhale, bring the hands down to prayer at heart center. We're going to do that again, but we're going to do it really slowly. So let's inhale, sweep our hands up on the inhale for the count of 3. And then on the exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale slowly for 3 as you reach up. As you exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down, hands to prayer. See if you can do this with your eyes closed. Inhale, reach up. Take your awareness away from any sights in the room and really bring your awareness inward. So we're going to do this 10 times. So you've got time to get used to the inhale as you reach up and the exhale down. Inhale, reach up, the spine's nice and long, reach to the sky. Exhale, bring that down towards the heart. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale, really reach to the sky. On the exhale, let the hands down to the heart center. And we're going to pause here for a second. So really push your thumb into the chest bone. Drop your shoulders away from the ears. Make sure you've got a nice space in your chin and your chest as if you've got a big grapefruit. And then before we come down towards the restorative supported pose, we're going to start to work with the breath and awareness, spatial awareness. So on the inhale, I want you to separate your arms out so your elbows are in towards the body and the arms are out with the palms facing each other, almost as if you've got a beach ball in front of you. You're holding the beach ball. If you can close down the eyes if that feels comfortable. And then kind of bend your fingers as if you're holding that ball. See if you can glue your elbows towards the side. Close down the eyes and just start to notice the sensations in between the left and the right hand. So all that space in between the hands, holding it like a ball, like a world, globe, whatever helps you visualize what you're holding. Start to notice any energy in the left hand, in the right hand. And then we're going to start to work with the breath. So keep the eyes closed if you can. If you can't, then just gently open the gaze. On the inhale, you're going to imagine that beach ball is just getting a little bit bigger. You're going to take your arms out so that they're straight. And then on the exhale, you're going to come back and hold that ball again. On the inhale, reach out nice and slow. Exhale, back towards in front of your ribs. Inhale out, see if you can close your eyes. Exhale, bring it back in, hold that ball. Inhale out. Exhale in. See if you can really feel the energy between the hands. As you inhale, reach out, feel the arms pushing away from each other. As you exhale, move the hands in. Just pause as you hold that ball. Inhale out. Exhale in. So continuing this for 3 more breaths. As you inhale, reach out and see if you can let go of any negativity. As you inhale and reach the hands there, just imagine all the positive things of life in front of the body, holding it nice and tight. Inhale, reach out. Exhale in. 1 more. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, release the hands to prayer at heart center. Coming back down to a more restorative part of the practice. You're going to roll over onto the side, and then this is where we're going to use cushions and props. So we're going to come to a supported child's pose for the first pose. So if you've not got cushions, that's absolutely fine. You don't necessarily need them. But if you have got cushions, you're going to make your knees nice and wide, sit the heels back, sit the bum, sorry, back on the heels. And then you're going to place any cushions that you've got. They can be pillows, cushions, whatever you've got. But place them in between your knees if you can, so they're down where the chest is going to form. You come to child's pose. So with this pose, it's really important that you're comfortable. So maybe walking out the hips, making sure that you're sitting back as much as you can. Maybe handy to have a few cushions nearby so you can make it a little bit deeper, or maybe a little bit low if you want to take some cushions out. And then before you come down, you're going to place the hands either side of the cushions. Sit nice and tall, roll the shoulders a couple of times each way. And then keeping the spine nice and long. Imagine the spine's one nice long line. You're going to really bend over, hinge at the hips, and see if you can melt the chest over the cushions. And let's start with our right cheek on the cushions. Arms are going to come either side. Palms are going to be faced into the mat or the floor. And close down the eyes and just find a comfortable position. So you might have some sensations coming up in the hips. You might even have some sensations coming up in the arms. But the idea with child's pose is that we're opening the heart up to the ground. So making the chest nice and heavy. We're opening up the hips. So sitting back into the hips as much as you can. If you've got any difficulty with your knees, then you can place a cushion under your bum on top of your calves to just kind of cushion it back a little bit. In fact, you can even do that just to make it even more restorative. So the right cheek's in the mat, or the cushions, the pillows. And options with the arms, you can stretch them out in front for a bit of a deeper stretch. Or you can bring the knees towards the elbows towards the knees. So I found this really restorative for me, for my shoulders. Just to let my shoulders switch off and relax a little bit more. But this is your practice. Your body's holding tension in its own individual place. So just do what feels right for you. And then for child's pose, we're going to come to it four-way breath, so also known as box breath. So we're going to take a deep inhale for the count of 3 through the nose. And then we're going to hold at the top of our breath for 3. Then we're going to exhale out for 3. And then at the end of your exhale, just pause in complete stillness. Inhale in for 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top of the breath. Exhale, melt that heart a little bit closer towards the ground. At the end of the exhale, just pause. Inhale in. Hold the breath. Exhale, sink them hips a little bit deeper. Exhale, pause. Continue with a four-way breath at your own pace and really listening to the body. Giving the body permission to let go of any tension by really using the breath as your main focus point. Feeling completely supported by the cushion. See if you can let the body lay a little bit heavier. Continuing with the four-way box breath. And then option to stay with the neck as it is if that feels comfortable. If you want to balance it up on the other side, just gently lift your head up and place your left cheek into the mat this time and look over to the right. Notice if this brings up any sensations in the right side of the neck or the shoulder. And whatever happens with the pose that you're in, just making sure that you come back to the breath. You inhale, hold the breath,
the exhale, and the pause in complete stillness. If your arms feel comfortable where they are, you can keep them there. If you want a little bit of a change, you can turn the palms facing up and just place them either side of the legs. So the back of the hands relax into the mat. And the body is completely supported by the cushions. Continue with the forward breath. Feel the belly rise as you inhale. As you pause, make sure the chest is nice and soft. As you exhale, let go of all that negativity that you brought to the practice. As you pause in silence, just notice the body in complete stillness. Continue with the forward breath at your own pace. And then when you're ready, returning the hands either side of the mat. Gently, first of all, just push into the ground and lift your head off the cushions. Take any intuitive movements that feel quite nice. Maybe bending the elbows, maybe some head rolls, and then gently walk the hands back towards the hips. Move the cushion to the side just for a moment. And then just taking any intuitive movements, maybe some rolls of the shoulder, as you come back to a seated position. We're going to move to the counter pose. So doing yoga, especially yin, it's quite important to do a counter pose of what we've just done. So we're going to go into a supported, as always, yin, nice and supported and restorative. We're going to do a supported butterfly legs and a heart opener. So you've got a bolster or a cushion or a pillow. This is where this is going to come in really handy. So we're going to lay down the cushions so that when we lay down on our back, our spine's going to go down the length of the cushion and the heart is going to be really opened up. So if you've got long cushions, that might be best. If not, and you've just got normal cushions, then just place them where the back of your heart will be. So we're going to walk ourselves to the back of the spine, the base of the spine, I should say, not sure the front of the spine, is right close next to the cushions. And then starting by setting up the legs. So if you want to, you can bend your knees and just have your knees nice and bend the feet into the mat if that feels nice. Option to have butterfly legs, which is the feet come together at the sole and the knees fall out either side. So it's a hip opener. If that doesn't feel right, then you can go the opposite. You can walk the feet away from each other and you can let the knees fall in. So for me, that feels a little bit strange, but that's my body's way of saying it needs to release some tension there. So I'm going to go with wide feet and knees come in, but whatever legs you choose. Hands are going to come to the mat and then use your hands to very gently release back onto the cushion. So imagine you're kind of on like a sun lounger. You want as much support as you can under the back of the heart and the top of the shoulders. And then you're going to gently release the hands either side so the palms are facing up. Release your head into the cushions. So I really want you to try and get a setup so that you feel as if your heart is shining towards the sky. So the idea with this pose is that we're opening up the heart, we're releasing any of the negative fear or anger that can be caught up around the heart from past experiences. Really let the arms be heavy. Make sure the head is supported so that you don't put too much pressure on the back of the neck. Close down the eyes if that feels right for you. And just notice the difference in this pose compared to child's pose. So in child's pose, we're very submissive to the ground, very relaxed, very
focused on releasing into the hips. Whereas this pose can be quite different than what we do every day. We're not hunched over a computer. We're not hunched over eating our tea. We're opening our chest, opening our heart, and releasing to the shoulders. If you want to take it a little bit further with me, you can join me by putting your hands in front of the face up towards the sky. And then on the exhale, you're going to cactus your arms. Let the elbows come to the ground either side and let the hands relax kind of above the head either side. So your arms will naturally find a place for them to relax. So they should just get a bit of a deeper stretch in the top of the foot of the underarms, almost kind of like the pecs and the top of the chest. Your arms can come out like a T, or you can keep them at cactus. Might feel a little bit strange at first, but just see if you can find a place where you can let your arms completely relax. And we're going to come back to the breath. So let's take a deep inhale for the count of 3. And exhale for 3. This time you're going to inhale for 3. You're going to exhale through your nose for the count of 5. As you inhale in for 3, feel the belly rise. As you exhale out for 5, let go of any fear that's around the heart space. Whatever that means for you, fear of being hurt, fear of lockdown, COVID, fear of not being good enough, fear of upsetting people, whatever it means for you, see if you can let it go with the exhale. Take a deep inhale in for 3. And exhale for 5. That pace feels right for you, then continuing to breathe in for 3 and out for 5. Or maybe changing the count to suit you. But see if you can make sure that the exhale is slightly longer than the inhale. Taking enough breath in so that we feel energized. Exhaling for that little bit longer, just to remind the body to let go of any of that tension. Inhale in the present moment. Exhale out any anger that's around the heart space. Why are you holding on to it? It doesn't serve us. Clouds our judgment. It's natural to be angry. I'm just questioning maybe what's behind that message. Taking a deep breath in. And on the exhale, see if you can just switch the shoulders off a little bit more. Inhaling. Send all that fresh oxygen parts of the body. As you exhale out, really soften the body, let it be like a heavy weight into the cushions. Using this moment to remind yourself why you came to practice this evening. Why you chose to spend 60 minutes doing this instead of something else. Making sure you make the most of practice by breathing as deep as you can. And the body be as heavy as you can. Bringing your awareness back to that space around the body. Maybe imagining a line being drew around the body, which is your space where you are right now. Notice what's happening for you in the practice. If you've got any pain or negative sensations in the arms, feel free to bring the arms to the stomach. Help focus on the breath as you feel the belly rise with the breath and fall with the exhale. And then for a moment, I just want you to bring your awareness onto the music that you can hear. If you've not got the music, then just any sounds in the room. Seeing if you can feel the vibrations of the sound through the body.
noticing any emotions or thoughts that the sounds bring up. Continuing to use the breath in and out. Focusing on the noise, the sound, the pitch, the volume. Make sure the forehead is relaxed. The eyes are heavy, eyelids shut. Silently repeating the mantra in your mind. Give myself permission to let go of anything that no longer serves me. Give myself permission to let go of anything that no longer serves me. Focusing on the sound, the music, the noises. For a few more breaths. If the mind's starting to wander, just acknowledge that's completely normal. It's what minds are so used to doing. We're just training the attention to come back to the present moment with each breath. And when you're ready, if your hands are in cactus up by above the head, just gently bringing them back down. And then let's all just meet with our hands on our stomach, staying in the pose for a moment. Starting to deepen the breath as you take a deep inhale in for 3. Hold at the top of the breath for 3. Exhale, sigh through the mouth. Inhale in for 3. Hold at the top of the breath for 3. Exhale, sigh out. One more, inhale in for 3. Hold at the top of the breath. Exhale, sigh out. Whichever position your legs are in, just starting to walk the feet back, soles to the ground, and then leaving the back supported into the cushions. Just windscreen wipe the knees from side to side, starting to get a little bit of movement back into the hips, releasing the lower back before we come out of the pose. And then making sure we're doing this in the safest way for the back. I want you to roll over onto your right side and see if you can roll over so that you come off the cushions. Just move the cushions to one side so that you're laying down on the mat or the cushions with a complete straight back. Keep a bend into the knee. And we're going to come to an inversion before we come to final relaxation. So if you've got the cushions handy and you can do this from laying down, then see if you can just place the cushions underneath the back of the thighs. The more cushions, the better. We're going for a supported inversion. If you want to go a little bit more advanced, you can come into a shoulder stand if that feels right for you. If you're experienced and you've got no issues with your neck, just be careful. Go gentle. Otherwise, stacking the cushions up and then just placing your legs onto the cushions. So you might want to play with it a little bit. You might want to pull the cushion a little bit closer to your bum and then just let the legs lay. So I would recommend a good few cushions. I've not got enough. I'm going to get one more. So with an inversion, we've got the legs above the heart. So we want as many cushions as possible so that the legs can just be completely heavy. And you're going to start to notice the blood flow from the legs coming back up towards the digestive organs, the heart, the torso. So the higher, the better. And with the hands, you're going to place your hands on the side of your ribs. So almost as if the fingers are mirroring the ribs. Just above your belly button, you should be able to feel the ribs. Place your hands at a point that feels comfortable. Make sure that your shoulders aren't too close to your ears. So you're going to walk your shoulders away from your ears. Just rock your head from side to side and then find a neutral place for the neck. And then we're going to start to gently close the eyes. Gently relax the head. Relax the shoulders. And see if you can completely let go of the legs. So if you feel as if your legs aren't fully supported, maybe just playing with the cushions a little bit. I'm going to completely let the legs be supported by the cushions and bring your awareness to the ribs. So as you take an inhale in, start to feel the hands rise as the ribs rise, the belly pushes up all that air. And then as you exhale out, feel the ribs soften as the air comes out through the nose. Take a deep breath in. Let's breathe in together for 4, 3, 2, 1. As you exhale out, release the shoulders nice and heavy. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling deeply. Exhale deeply. As you inhale in, make sure the eyelids are heavy. As you exhale out, make sure the jawline is soft. Inhale, relax the forehead. Exhale, relax the jaw. Inhale in. Relax the feet. Exhale out, relax the lower back into the floor. So working through the body, just notice where your body is maybe holding a bit of tension. See if you can make it heavy on the exhale. Continuing to breathe in deeply and exhale out. Really feel the fingers rise. Notice the ribs as they start to move naturally as the lungs expand. The diaphragm naturally moves to breathe in and out. And then option to keep your hands on the stomach, on the ribs if that's comfortable. If you want to take it a little bit further for your shoulder, or if you've got any particular issues with your shoulder, neck, if you quite often have a hunchback over a keyboard, then I'd recommend copying me, well, let's see, copying, that's not a good word, following me, and reach your hands up towards the sky in line with the shoulders and see if you can drop your shoulders in towards the ground. So the arms are reaching towards the sky like 2 L's either side of the body. Drop your shoulders, make them really heavy. We're just going to hold here and see if you can really let the arms be heavy and let the shoulders completely relax. And then depending if you've got a particular issue with one shoulder or the other, you're going to drop your left hand to your right shoulder and your right hand to your left shoulder. And then gently walk the hands away from the shoulders further apart. So the idea here is that the shoulders are getting a nice stretch open, so the arms are going in opposite direction. The elbows should be nice and heavy into the chest. The arms are crossed over the chest, whichever direction feels right for you. You can tuck your arms under the shoulder, your hands under the shoulder blades if that feels nice. Remember to keep the eyes closed. And then completely let go of the arms. Completely let them be heavy where they are. Reminding yourself again why you came to practice. Reminding yourself the benefit of coming onto the mat for 60 minutes. Preparing yourself for the week ahead and finishing the weekend feeling balanced and centered. Bringing your awareness back to any sounds, music, noises. As we start to set up, moving closer towards our final relaxation, just see if you can really notice any sensations in the feet, the knees, the thighs, if they're still supported. We're getting a change in the direction of the blood flow. If you've got your arms crossed over your chest, an option to gently, slowly release them and then just change the direction. So if you followed my guide, first of all, we'll go the opposite way. My right hand is now going to go on my left shoulder, left on my right, and then I'm going to cross them over and reach the hands a little bit further away from each other in that direction. So particularly if you suffer with any shoulder issues, I'm working with an issue on my right shoulder. This hopefully should be a little bit more restorative than a dynamic stretch. So the body wants to be stretched, but it also wants to be healed and restored. See if you can let the arms be heavy into the chest, so that gravity is allowing them to feel supported. And just be completely still in the pose. Notice whether the body experiences any twitching or maybe jerks of energy. And just notice that can be normal. Again, it just depends what everyone's got going on in the body. Stay in here for 5 more breaths. You're going to take a deep inhale through the nose for 3 and out for 5. In for 3 and out for 5. In for 3 and out for 5. Inhaling, exhaling. One more deep breath in. Exhale out. If your arms are crossed over, then just gently, very slowly unraveling them, and then pause with the hands up to the sky, but see if you can make them shoulders nice and heavy into the ground. So we're not actively reaching up so the shoulders are off the ground. We're making the shoulders heavy into the ground, but keep a straight arm. And then gently release the hands back down to the mat. Seeing if you can place the feet on top of the cushions. So just taking that inversion one last bit deeper step before we come to final relaxation. So either feet can come to the cushions, or if you want, you can hug your knees in towards the chest. And we're just going to start by circling the feet. So let's just get some blood flowing into them ankles. And then options to start circling the knees. You can circle the knees away from each other and then in, so that you've got some nice movement for the hips. If you want to keep the knees together and do big circles. The good thing with yin is you need to be really intuitive, so listen to your body. What does it want to do? Take a couple more hip circles or ankle circles, and then when you're ready, gently release the feet and the legs. Move the cushions out the way if you can. And we're going to set up for final relaxation, Shavasana. So here is where yin and being restorative can take Shavasana that little bit deeper. So you've got a couple of options with the Shavasana. You can completely lie flat on the floor or mat or bed, wherever you are. Feet wide with the feet, legs wide with the feet facing out. Well, if you want to make it a really restorative Shavasana, then find what works for you. A couple of tips which I find really help our Shavasana go a little bit deeper is to use cushions under your knees. So use one cushion under the left knee so the leg off the ground, and then use another cushion. Use other different coloured cushions. You can't tell where the cushions are because they match your bedding. Placing one leg on the cushion, so you've got nice wide legs, but they're fully supported, so maybe a cushion just behind the back of the knees. Option to place a cushion under the back of the head, but if you do this, just make sure that you don't put your chin too close to your chest, so you put pressure on the back of the neck. So ideally, if we've got a cushion under the neck, we want it to support the top of the shoulders as well, so we've got a nice long neutral spine. So finding whatever works for you in Shavasana. Maybe placing a cushion under the back of the elbows so the arms feel supported. And then, unfortunately, due to online sessions and not real life sessions, I can't do any adjustments in Shavasana. So I want you to see if you can give yourself an adjustment. So I want you to gently lift your head off the ground, tuck your chin to the chest, and then see if you can imagine that I'm holding your head, I'm pulling your head back down to the mat, making your spine nice and long. So really reach your head as if you're trying to pull your head away from your shoulders, and then gently place it down to the mat. Gently tuck your head so that your chin is a little bit further away from your chest. And imagine that nice long spine. If you need to take any last movements, then take them now. The disturbed mind and body can't fully relax. So listen to the body. If you need to take an itch, you need to fix your hair, you need to wiggle your feet, whatever it is you need to do. Find that place of stillness when you're ready. Make sure the palms are faced up to receive the healing energy. And then we've done quite a few pranayama exercises this evening. So for Shavasana, I want you to completely let go of the breath. Let the body take over. Instead, we're going to work with the body and the weight of the body and the weight of the muscles. So making sure the eyelids are nice and heavy. Start to notice the weight of the body into the ground. Start to notice the body in complete stillness and what that means to you. Is it a little bit irritating to be so still? Is it really nice to let the body relax? Starting to scan from the top of the head, we're going to work our way all down the body. Before we do that, I want you to imagine that someone's drawn a line around the outside of your body. And that's the immediate energy space between you and the earth. You're completely supported in this space. And then starting to come to the head, I want you to note any sensations in the scalp. Notice if the forehead is scrunched. See if you can relax the muscles of the forehead. Starting to relax the nose, the eyebrows. Option, if you want to, you can gently visualize some warm massage oil just being placed into your third eye and then be massaged all across your eyebrows down to your temples. The more we practice visualization, the more we can actually stimulate the sensations of the experience without actually experiencing them. Maybe trying that again. Just imagine warm massage oil in the third eye in between your eyebrows. And then some gentle pressure, massaging that oil down the eyebrows to the temples. Coming down to the ears. Imagining a nice warm sensation around both ears as they gently relax. Coming down to the mouth and the jaw, make sure they're completely heavy and relaxed. Maybe just gently opening the mouth, the jaw is fully relaxed to make the tongue nice and heavy. releasing the throat space, our channel of communication where we speak our truth. Coming down to the shoulders, making sure they're nice and heavy and away from the ears. Notice the stillness of the left arm, down the elbow, the forearm, the hand, the fingers. Notice the stillness of the right arm. This is what happens in the arms when they're completely still. Still with intention. Practice builds up to this moment where the body can be completely still and in a healing state. Start to bring your awareness to the heart space. Visualizing a warm quality around the heart space. As we've intentionally worked towards releasing any negative energy, letting go of anything that no longer serves us, and making room for all the positive things that are available for us in life. Making your awareness down to your stomach, all the way around the belly button, and the ribs, and the digestive system, the reproductive system, the groin area, the glutes nice and heavy in the ground, the hips nice and heavy. Starting to notice any sensations down the left leg. Start to notice the weight of the left leg, and how heavy it is. Right down to the knee and the ankle. The right leg down to the knee and the ankle. Giving yourself permission to be completely still for the rest of Shavasana. Letting the body gently melt into the ground, fully supported by that energetic field. Space where your body is right now. Silently repeating the mantra in your mind. I let go of any negativity. I let go of any negativity. Silently repeating that to yourself. See if you can let the body be a little bit heavier. Fully giving yourself permission to relax and restore. And then very gently starting to bring your awareness back into the room. You're going to stay completely still. You're just going to start to notice any noises or sounds in the room. Maybe noises outside in the room in the house, outside in the street. Start to lengthen the breath and come back to the breath. Take a deep breath in and exhale through the mouth. Inhale in. Exhale through the mouth. Start to wiggle the fingers and toes. And then hook the knees in towards the chest and give yourself a nice big squeeze. Rock yourself from side to side. And then when you're ready, you're going to roll over onto your right side. Tuck yourself up into a little ball, like fetal position. Knees to the chest as much as you can. And then challenge to see if you can keep your eyes open as you use your hands to push yourself back up to a comfortable seated position. So either cross-legged in easy pose or lotus pose, or if you want to finish with me joining on my knees, I'm going to prop a cushion on top of my feet
so that I just sit back down gently onto the cushion. Find a comfortable seated position for you. Place the hands on the knees. Turn the palms face towards the sky. And then turn the palms face towards the ground. Turn the palms up. Turn the palms down. Turn the palms up and down. And then you're going to gently place your right hand just underneath your belly button and kind of see if you can relax it into your lap. And then place your left hand on top of your right hand. So almost as if you've got a cup or something that you're holding. Let the elbows be nice and heavy. Feeling a sense of gratitude for yourself and for the collective group for sharing the energy this evening. Starting to bring your awareness back into the room. Start to just notice any sensations in the body. And just check in with how your body feels compared to when we started the practice. Knowing that the breath is there for you whenever you need it. Be curious about the body and where we hold tension. With every exhale, learn to let go of any negativity that naturally builds up. Feel that space in the left palm. Just start to let the hands be a little bit heavy. And then when you're ready, you're going to keep the hands on top of each other. But see if you can inhale the hands up towards just in front of the heart. And on the exhale, you're going to drop the hands back onto the lap. Inhale, the hands come in front of the heart, still on top of each other. And then exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. This time bringing the elbows to the side and see if you can imagine that you're holding that ball again in front of you. Gently kind of clasp the hands as if you're holding something really round. And then again, let's make the arms nice and long. Take them out either side on the inhale. And on the exhale, bring the hands back in. Hold that ball. Inhale, take them out. Exhale, bring them back. As you inhale, take them out. Notice any energy in the body. As you exhale, bring them in. And then pause there. Noting the space in between the left and the right hand. Energy between the palms. And then gently bring the hands to prayer heart center. Reflecting back on your intention at the start of class. On the inhale, we're going to reach the hands at prayer above the head. And on the exhale, we're going to come down. We're going to sweep the hands and stop at the third eye. Just pause there for a second. Close down the eyes. Just acknowledge that everything you need is right within you. Gently bring your hands down to your lips. See if you can go into this week with words of kindness for others. Gently bring the hands down to the heart. And remind yourself that the breath is there for you whenever you need it. And the breath can quite often cancel out any of the negative stories that our mind tells us that quite often aren't true. Gently bowing your gaze down to your hands. Thank you so much for sharing and practicing with me this evening. Hopefully it leaves you on a Sunday feeling nice and zen and balanced. Have a wonderful week. The light in your season, larger the light in you. Namaste. Namaste. Namaste.